final adventure in the Sedona Valley for 2019 would take us to the Outlaw Trail, roughly 10 miles west of Sedona. The trail is accessed from the south via Red Canyon Road, just off Highway 89 alternate, or it can be accessed via Boynton Pass Trail to the east. We elected to start the trail from the south after visiting the ruins of Montezuma's Well and Montezuma's Castle, completing the route counterclockwise and returning to Sedona and Flagstaff via Boynton Pass Road. Out of the trails we completed in Sedona, including the famous steps of Broken Arrow and the grand vistas of Schnebly Hill, Outlaw Trail was not only the least known of these routes, but also my personal favorite. For one, the trail features amazing Native American ruins run by the National Park Service, the Honanki and the Palatki, both of which require reservations and Red Rock parking passes to visit. Reservations are easy, simply call ahead, the current number printed on the National Park documentation. The sites are open from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. However, both times we ran this trail, we arrived at the Honanki site shortly after it closed, but spent quite a lot of time taking in the ruins and art of the Palatki, of which we will feature on an upcoming video in our new segment entitled Off-Track POIs, a segment dedicated to points of interest we find along our adventures. The eastern edge of the loop is a well-maintained, one-rated, graded road, capable of car travel in good weather. You will see pink Jeep tours and other tours along this route as they shuttle visitors to the hiking and historical sites in the area. But once you venture west of the parking area at the Honanki Heritage Site and begin venturing your way west and south, the road becomes less maintained and it is essentially a two-track sand and rocky road rated as a solid 2 for the rest of the loop. On a technical level, I felt it quite passable by stock off-road base SUVs, and an excellent driver picking the right lines probably wouldn't have an issue with the more rugged light-duty crossovers such as the Discovery Sport or Jeep Renegade. I know some may disagree with what I'm about to say, but even though the rock steps on this trail were less in height and the grade less steep than the red rock ledges on Broken Arrow, I felt this trail was slightly more technical and difficult, due in part to the looseness of the terrain. You can clearly see what I'm trying to illustrate by watching the 100 series climb one of the final ascents at the southern end of the loop. With the center differential lock disengaged, the traction is limiting enough to require the traction control to kick in and maintain traction. I don't really recall A-Track engaging at all on Broken Arrow. All in all, though, it is a fairly simple trail that highlights a more remote region of the Sedona area, complete with the towering mesas around you which seem to radiate as they catch the light of the setting sun if you are fortunate enough to be in this area later in the day. We did this trail quite quickly. It took us a little over an hour to complete the loop, so plan on between 1 to 2 hours of driving depending on your pace. And if starting earlier in the day, one could easily book reservations to both the Palatki and Honanki sites, with the remaining time to head east and complete Broken Arrow and Schnebly, or head south and visit Montezuma's Well and Montezuma's Castle. There are various offshoot trails which snake off towards the west, which were recommended by the Forest Service Rangers at the Sedona Red Rock Visitor Center, but we ran out of time. Hopefully we can schedule a return to this area as we left many sites unvisited and unexplored.